EXO is a South Korean Chinese boy band based in Seoul that was formed by SM Entertainment in 2011 and debuted in 2012. The group consists of 9 members: Schumann, Seho, Lei, Baekhyun, Chen, Chanyeol, Do, Kai and Sehun. They are noted for releasing music and performing extensively in Korean, Mandarin, and Japanese. The group debuted with 12 members separated into EXO K, Seho, Baekhyun, Chanyeol, Do, Kai, and Sehun, and EXO M, Schumann, Lei, Chen, Chris, Luhan, and Dao. Members Chris, Luhan, and Dao departed the group individually amid legal battles with SM Entertainment in 2014 and 2015. EXO K and EXO M performed music in Korean and Mandarin, respectively, until the release of their third EP Overdose in 2014. Since then, EXO have exclusively performed as one group, although their music continues to feature multiple languages. Members Chen, Baekhyun, and Schumann debuted in the sub-unit EXO CBX in 2016, and members Sehun and Chanyeol began promoting as the sub-unit EXO SC in 2019. Each member also maintains solo careers in music, film and television. EXO's first studio album EXO 2013, released alongside breakthrough single, Growl, was received positively by critics and sold over 1 million copies, making EXO the first Korean act to do so in 12 years. The group's later works expanded on their early commercial success, with their subsequent Korean studio albums each selling over 1 million copies. EXO's sixth studio album, Don't Mess Up My Tempo 2018, became their highest charting album on the US Billboard 200, debuting at number 23, and their best-selling album in South Korea, where it sold over 1.9 million copies. EXO have won numerous awards, including 5 consecutive Album of the Year awards at the Mnet Asian Music Awards and 2 consecutive Artist of the Year awards at the Melon Music Awards, and have performed over 100 concerts across 4 headlining tours and multiple joint tours. The group ranked as one of the top 5 most influential celebrities on the Forbes Korea Power Celebrity list from 2014 to 2018 and have been labeled Kings of K-pop and the biggest boy band in the world by various media outlets. Outside of music, the group members have endorsed brands such as Nature Republic and Samsung and participate in philanthropic efforts such as Smile for You, an ongoing project by SM Entertainment and UNICEF that began in 2015. In 2011, SM Entertainment CEO Lee Soo-man revealed plans to debut a new boy band that would be divided into 2 subgroups, promoting the same music simultaneously in South Korea and China by performing songs in both Korean and Mandarin. After several lineup changes in December 2011, the group finalized its name as EXO, taken from the word exoplanet. The news of an upcoming debut from SM Entertainment attracted substantial media attention from within South Korea and internationally, with many comparing EXO to fellow SM boy band TVXQ. It was also reported that EXO would compete with a new girl group from rival YG Entertainment. 2006-2012. Formation and early years. EXO K's leader, Seho, was the first member to join SM Entertainment in 2006. The following year, Kai, with encouragement from his father, auditioned at the SM Youth Best contest. He won and received a contract. In 2008, Chanyeol, who had been studying at an acting academy, and Sehun, who was first scouted by SM Entertainment at the age of 13 and then went through 4 auditions in 2 years, were the next members to become trainees. In 2010, Do sang for his audition and was offered a contract. The last member of EXO K to become a trainee was Baekhyun, who joined in 2011 through SM Entertainment's casting system and trained for approximately 1 year before debut. EXO M leader Chris auditioned in 2008 at a global SM Entertainment audition in Canada, later moving to South Korea for training. That same year, Lei was discovered through a global audition and subsequently moved to South Korea, while Schumann attended an audition with his friend and placed second. In 2010, Luhan was scouted by an SM Entertainment representative in Seoul and passed his audition, while Dao was cast through the SM auditions in China at Qingdao. The last member to join EXO-M was Chen in 2011. The band's first televised performance was at the annual SBS Gayo Daejeon event on December 29, 2011. 2013-2014. Domestic breakthrough. The group's first studio album, EXO, was released on June 3, 2013, in two versions, one in Korean and one in Mandarin. EXO was jointly promoted by both sub-units. EXO recorded the album's lead single, Wolf, together, although the rest of the album tracks were recorded separately. A repackaged version of the album, Growl, was released on August 5, 2013, with 3 additional tracks. All versions of EXO collectively sold over 1 million copies, making EXO the first South Korean artists to reach that milestone in 12 years. That December, EXO released a second EP, Miracles in December, as a special winter album containing the single of the same name. Prior to the release, the group promoted the album through their first reality show, EXO's Showtime, which premiered on November 28, 2013. Following their 2013 releases, EXO won several awards, including Song of the Year at the Melon Music Awards for Growl, and Album of the Year at the Mnet Asian Music Awards for EXO. 2015. Continued popularity and Japanese debut. On March 7, 2015, EXO began their second headlining world tour, Exoplanet to the Exolution, at the Olympic Gymnastics Arena in Seoul. The group released their second studio album Exodus on March 30, 2015, with both Korean and Mandarin versions. Lead single, Call Me Baby, was released ahead of schedule, on March 27, after versions of the song leaked online, while the music videos were released 4 days later. The album sold over 1 million copies, making it EXO's second album to do so after EXO. EXO entered Billboard's Canadian Hot 100 chart at number 98, making them the first K-pop group and second Korean artist to chart there. Dao was absent during promotions for Exodus due to injuries and, on August 24, became the third member to file a lawsuit against SM Entertainment to terminate his contract. EXO released a repackaged version of Exodus, titled Love Me Right, on June 3, 2015. The reissue added 4 new songs, including the single, Love Me Right. Due to Tao's absence, the group promoted the song as 9 members. That October, EXO became the first artist to hold a dome concert in South Korea, called EXO Love Concert in Dome, at the Gocheok Sky Dome in Seoul. 2016-2017. Further success in initial solo activities. EXO's third studio album Exact and its singles, Lucky One, and Monster, were released on June 9, 2016, with both Korean and Mandarin versions. The album broke the record for the highest first-week sales of a Korean album, previously set by the band's own fourth EP Sing For You. Monster became EXO's first number 1 on the Billboard World Digital Songs chart. On August 18, 2016, a repackaged edition of the album, titled Lotto, was released. It added 4 new songs, including the single of the same name. Within 2 months of its original release, the 2 editions combined sold over 1.17 million copies, making Exact EXO's third million-seller album and earning the group the title of triple million sellers. On July 21, contractual disputes between Chris and Luhan and SM Entertainment were settled and both members left the group. On July 22, EXO embarked on its third headlining tour, Exoplanet 3 The Exordium, with a record 6 consecutive concerts at the Olympic Gymnastics Arena. On May 28, 2017, the tour ended with the second of 2 consecutive concerts at the Seoul Olympic Stadium, the largest stadium in South Korea. The tour brought the band's total number of concerts to over 100. In June, Lay announced he would not take part in the band's next album and would instead focus on his acting career. On December 7, EXO released their second Japanese single, Coming Over. Selling over 158,000 copies, it reached number 2 on the Oricon Weekly chart and became the band's second Japanese single to receive a platinum certification from the Recording Industry Association of Japan. EXO's third winter release and fifth EP for Life was released on December 19. In 2016, the group members spent time advancing their solo careers. Chen, Baekhyun, and Schumann debuted in the group's first subunit, EXO CBX, releasing their first EP Hey Mama, on October 31. On October 28, Lay released his debut EP, Lose Control. 2018-2019, international recognition and first Japanese studio album. On January 16, 2018, Power became the first K-pop song to play at the Dubai fountain at Burj Khalifa Lake, Dubai. 7 members of the group traveled to Dubai to view the first showing. The song's initial run was extended from January to March. It was also brought back from September until November of the same year. On January 31, EXO released their first Japanese studio album, Countdown. The album debuted at number 1 on the Oricon Weekly Chart, selling approximately 89,000 copies. The achievement made EXO the first non-Japanese band whose debut single and debut studio albums both reached number 1 on the Oricon Weekly Chart. EXO performed at the closing ceremony of the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang on February 25, serving as representatives of K-pop along with CL. Prior to the performance, Baekhyun sang the national anthem at the opening ceremony of the International Olympic Committee General Assembly on February 5, and EXO performed at the official D100 concert in late 2017, which marked 100 days until the start of the Winter Olympics. The band's performance drew widespread global media attention and praise. The Russian 2-time Olympic silver medalist and figure skating world champion Yevgenia Medvedeva also drew media attention for her support of EXO. In April 2018, the Korean Mint Corporation released official commemorative medals for EXO, honoring the group for their contribution to the global spread of Korean culture. The 9 medals, each commemorating one of the group's members, were unveiled at a ceremony in Seoul. 2020 present. Focus on solo activities and subsequent group comeback. In February 2020, SM Entertainment revealed that EXO would prioritize solo and sub-unit activities in 2020 due to multiple members being on hiatus to fulfill their mandatory military service. Seho became the 4th member to debut as a soloist with his EP Self-Portrait, released on March 30, 2020. Seho enlisted in the military as a public service officer on May 14. Baekhyun and Kai returned to activities with Super M for the group's first studio album, Super One. Chen enlisted as an active duty soldier on October 26. Kai debuted as the group's 5th soloist with his self-titled mini-album on November 30. Schumann was officially discharged from the military on December 6, while Do was discharged on January 25, 2021. Chanyeol enlisted on March 29, while Baekhyun enlisted on May 6. Prior to the enlistments of Chanyeol and Baekhyun, the active members recorded the next EXO album in secret. In a video celebrating their 9th anniversary on April 8, the group showcased the filming of their upcoming music video and announced that they were preparing for the album to be released in the first half of the year, which would mark Schumann and Do's return to the group. Lay also participated in the album, marking his first activities with EXO since Don't Mess Up My Tempo. The group's 7th extended play, the special album, Don't Fight the Feeling, was released on June 7. Do debuted as the group's 6th soloist with his EP Empathy on July 26. Seho was officially discharged from the military on February 13, 2022. EXO celebrated their 10th anniversary on April 8 through the premiere of a new season of their reality show EXO's Ladder, released through the streaming service Wave, as well as a special fan meeting, titled 2022 Debut Anniversary Fan Event, on April 9 at the Jamsil Arena, which marked their first show with a live audience since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. Following the completion of his contract with SM Entertainment, Lay announced his departure from the company. He clarified that he would remain active as a member of EXO. Chen was officially discharged from the military on April 25, 2022.